Good day, viewers. This is Demola Johnson, your science tutor. Now, in biology today, we are continuing from the series of flowers, reproductive system in flowering plants. And we want to look at a fantastic topic here, that is floral terminologies. When we say terminologies, we are talking about register, words that are commonly used when it comes to flower description. So these are register of words. These are register of words commonly used while talking about flowers. So common examples. So now common floral terminologies that we'll be talking about are: number one, we'll be talking about the type of flower called solitary flower. Solitary flower. Number two, we'll be talking about inflorescence. Inflorescence. Number three, we'll be talking about terminal flower. Terminal flower. Number four, we'll be talking about axillary flower. Axillary flower. Then number five, we'll be talking about unisexual flower. Number six, we'll be talking about bisexual flower, which is also known as hermaphroditic flower. Hermaphroditic flower. We'll be talking about perfect flower. Perfect flower. We'll be talking about imperfect flower. Then number nine, we'll be talking about essential parts of flower. Essential parts of a flower. Then number 10, we'll be talking about non-essential parts of a flower. Number 11, we'll be talking about monoecious plants. Monoecious plants. Mind you, I didn't say monoecious flower. I said monoecious plants. And we have dioecious plants. We have dioecious plants. We have ovary types. Then we have pistil and types. Pistil and type of pistil. Then we'll be talking about placentation and types. Placentation and types. So we'll be talking about zygomorphic flower. We'll be talking about actinomorphic flower. Number 18, we'll be talking about, another name of zygomorphic is irregular flower. Then why this one is what? Regular flower. So these are the few ones we have to talk about, and we have to be talking about them one after the other. Now, what do we mean by the first one, which is solitary flower? What is a solitary flower? A solitary flower is a flower that is singly attached to any part of the plant. A flower that is singly solely, only one of it is attached, not two together. So let's talk about solitary. Solitary flower. Now, this is a flower that is singly attached to any part of the flower. So only one of it is staying there. Then inflorescence is the opposite. Inflorescence. Here we don't call it inflorescence. We don't say inflorescence flower. We say inflorescence. What are inflorescence flower? Now, this is a group of flowers attached to the parent plants at the same spot, at the same stalk or pedicel. So when you have a plant, this is the parent plant, then let's say this is the branch, then you have many flowers on the same spot. This is the parent plants. All these are inflorescence. A group of flowers, flower that is more than one, connected to the parent plant at the same spot, is an inflorescence flower. Now, terminal flower. What we're talking about, what is terminal? The word terminal means the end of a thing. The end, the tip of a thing. So a flower that is located at the tip of the branch or the shoot, so is a terminal flower. Terminal flower. Terminal flower. This is a flower that is what? That is attached to the what? To the tip of the parent plant shoot or branch. So the terminal flower is a flower that is attached, whether singly attached, whether an inflorescence, but they are located at the tip of the plant, at the tip of the shoot or the tip of the branch. They are called terminal flower because they terminate that particular part of the parent plant. Okay, now then the next one to talk about, apart from that, we have, so another one, we have inflorescence, we have solitary flower, terminal flower, we have auxiliary flower. Auxiliary flower. Auxiliary flower. What is an auxiliary flower? Now, auxiliary flower is a flower that is located at the leaf axil. The question now is, what is leaf axil? The leaf axil is the angle between the leaf stalk and the parent plant body. Now, what is leaf stalk? Leaf stalk is the thread-like structure that attaches the leaf to the parent plant. Now, having known among all these things I'm talking about here, then let me just use some diagrams to explain all I'm saying. Now, if this is a parent plant, and this is a leaf, then what attaches the leaf to the parent plant, this is a leaf, is called leaf stalk. Now, the angle between the leaf stalk and the parent plant body, that angle is called leaf axial. Leaf axial. So any flower that is not joined to this angle is axillary flower. I think you understand what I'm saying here. We said axillary flower is a flower that is attached to the leaf axil. Now, what is leaf axil? Leaf axil is the angle between the leaf stalk and the parent plant. So any flower that is now attached to this angle is an axillary flower. Now, apart from that, we have unisexual flower. Unisexual flower. Unisex. A flower that has only male or female reproductive structure. So this is a flower that only has either male reproductive structure called stamen or androecium, if you don't forget in our last video, or the female reproductive structure, which is also known as carpel, pistil, or gynoecium. Now, types of unisexual flower. Types of unisexual flower. There are two types of unisexual flower. There are two types of unisexual flower. Now, what are they? These are, we have one unisexual flower called staminate flower. Staminate flower. We have another one called pistillate. From these terminologies, pistil and stamen and pistil, you should be able to know what I'll be talking about later, about the two types of flower. Now, let's talk about staminate flower. When we're talking about staminate flower, a staminate flower is a flower that contains only the male reproductive structure. A flower that contains only the male reproductive structure. That is a staminate flower. We can find this type of flower where? Now, staminate flower. Staminate flower. Staminate flower. This is a flower that contains only male reproductive organ, reproductive structure. It doesn't have female inside. Examples of staminate flower are, number one, the male flower of maize. Maize male flower called tassel. Tassel. You have been seeing this one. Tassel. When a maize plant grows, at the tip, you begin to see some things, some dusty, some flowers, some spikelets on top. That is the male flower. Then number 2 example is the flower on male pawpaw plants. Are you aware that we have male pawpaw plant and we have female pawpaw plant? The male pawpaw plant does not produce pawpaw fruit. You will see it. It only produces white flower. Now, the female one is the one that produces pawpaw fruit. But it requires polygrain from the male pawpaw flower for pollination and fertilization. Now, we also have pistillate flower. Pistillate flower. What is a pistillate flower? Now, a pistillate flower, this is a flower which only has female, only has female reproductive structure. What are we saying? It only has carpel. It only has pistil. It only has gynoenzium. Examples are the maize cob, and the female pawpaw flower. The maize cob. You see, the cob, after you have eaten your maize, the corn, what you throw away is the female flower. You will see that's the female flower. So that is that. Then we have the female pawpaw flowers that produce pawpaw fruit. Now let's go on and look at hermaphroditic flower or bisexual flower. Don't forget, we don't finish talking about unisexual. So we should also have bisexual or hermaphroditic. Hermaphroditic flower. So bisexual flower or hermaphroditic flower. If unisexual flower only contains either male or female, then bisexual flower will contain both male and female. So this is a flower. This is a flower that contains both the male and the female reproductive structures all together. So the male and the female reproductive structures are together. Such a flower, you can call it an hermaphrodite. It has both male and female reproductive structure together. That is that. Examples are the flower of Pride of Barbados, and hibiscus flower. So if you are stating similarities between hibiscus and Pride of Barbados, you should know that both of them are hermaphroditic flowers. Then we have something called perfect flower. Perfect flower. What is a perfect flower? A perfect flower. A perfect flower. Now, this is a flower that contains all the 4 floral wards together, e.g. hibiscus flower and Pride of Barbados. Yes. Somebody will say, we should say that perfect flowers are also bisexual flower. No. All perfect flowers, all bisexual flowers are perfect flowers. But not all perfect flowers are bisexual flowers. What do I mean? Look at in male purple flower, it has the 4 floral walks. It has the calyx, it has the corolla, it has the androenzium. Okay, that's unisexual. It's not even perfect because it does not it has the androenzium, but it doesn't have gynoenzium. So it's not perfect because it lacks one part. But what am I saying is that look at the flower of grasses. Flower of grasses now, okay, we still have complete flowers and incomplete flowers. Now I was saying that now perfect flowers, okay, they are also bisexual flowers. So, but not all bisexual, not all bisexual are perfect flowers. So you can meet me in the comment section, let's discuss about that, and let me give you a work to do on that. Now let's go on. Let's look at complete. I think my argument should be on complete flower and incomplete flower. Another name for perfect flower is complete flower. So another name for perfect flower is complete flower. Complete flower. So we have imperfect flower. Don't forget to find out what is the difference between bisexual flower and perfect flower. Are all bisexual flower perfect? Are all perfect flower bisexual? A perfect flower must have all the 4 floral walks. It must have calyx, it must have corolla, it must have androenzium, and it must have gynoenzium. So are all incomplete flowers unisexual flowers? No. Now imperfect flower or incomplete flowers. Incomplete flowers. These are flowers. Now, these are flowers in which at least one of his 4 floral walls, one of his 4 floral walls is naturally missing. E.g., unisexual flower and flowers of grasses. Flowers of grasses which lack petals. They lack petals, and that is why grasses are not pollinated by insects. They are rather pollinated by wind or by water. So nothing is attractive in grasses to attract insects. They don't have scent. Now, but in the case of unisexual, they either have stamen or have calyx and have carpet, or they have carpet and they don't have stamen. So that makes them what? Incomplete flowers. Now, let's now look at essential parts of a flower. Essential parts of a flower. They can ask you, what are define essential parts of a flower and give examples. Now, these are the parts of the flower which are directly involved in sexual reproduction. So the various parts of the flower which are directly involved in the sexual reproduction, in pollination and fertilization. So examples are, we have the stamen consisting of what? Don't forget, consisting of anther and filaments. Number 2, we have stamen, we have a carpel consisting of what? Consisting of stigma, style, and what? And ovary. So now these are essential. Now let's look at non-essential parts. Non-essential parts of a flower. What are they? Now, these are the parts of the flower which are not directly involved in sexual reproduction. They are not directly involved in sexual reproduction. Examples are, we have the flower stalk or pedicel. Number 2, you have the thalamus. The thalamus or what? Or receptacle. You have the calyx of sepals. And lastly, you have what? Corolla of petals. Now, another thing we'll be looking at now is going to be monoecious plants